I just woke up. Usually I look at the time, it's like 5 something in the morning, but oh man, I had really intense experience and it's all kind of going away, but I'm trying to remember as much as possible. Um I don't feel like I was taken home and I felt so much. I saw so much, but it's like I'm forgetting or like this mind doesn't comprehend the greatness. It doesn't even comprehend not just the greatness, the difference, the oppositeness of the beginning, but not the beginning on earth. I'm talking about the beginning. The beginning is a place where we are one. Uh, It's like a big room. It looked like a big room, like like a big auditorium with red curtains and golden golden, like little golden streams. It's a really big auditorium. And what I saw is that we were all together in the beginning and we watched everything be made. And then we came and we chose to come. And we are all different there. We're different, but we're one. We're different, but we're one. And here we're trying to be one, but we're different. And there we already are. And then we're all different though, because I'm a kid there. But not everybody's a kid. Like, we're all kids because we're all the children of God, but we all don't look like kids. But I am a kid. I'm a kid. And then, I'm trying to remember. I know I saw Justin, and Justin's a doctor. And, but he's also like a kid. And then I remember that all the planets are marbles. And they were thrown into this dimension. And then in this dimension, they became planets, but there's nothing else out there. Only one, the pearl. So there's marbles. This sounds crazy. Okay, so there were marbles that came out of God's hands, and they were all scattered in this black canvas. It's just a black canvas, and everything was thrown on there. And then things that are big there are little here, like, and then the things that are really big here, like planets, they're really little there. They're just, everything's the opposite. Oh my God. I feel like now I'm thinking and I'm trying to process what I saw, but it can't even be processed because we're one. We all work together with God. Oh, my head. I saw that. This is what I saw. I'm just going to let it be analyzed through my leaders. And even if it doesn't make sense to them, we all chose not to know. And now we're wanting to know. We came here choosing not to know. It was like we chose that this would be our mission, that we wouldn't know, that we will come here and we will completely be blank to find out what it felt like, to find out what it was like. Oh, too intense. It's like a matrix, like we're there, but we're here. And we're trying to find out here what it feels like to be there, but we were there trying to find out what it felt like to be here. But there we're glorious. There we know everything. The only thing we didn't know the things that are here. Like what it would be like if everything was the opposite. What it would be like if we didn't know. What it would be like if we were lost. Like, I don't even understand, honestly, now. It's like almost like the rabbit hole. Like Alice in Wonderland, she ate the bread and she fell down the rabbit hole. She went somewhere else. This realm is the rabbit hole. Like like Caleb says, the perversion of the pure version, all of this around us is the perversion of the pure version. We are all the perversion of our own pure version. I'm like, and then I came back and I didn't want to. I was like, and I was like falling back into my room. Like I was just like, it was almost like the Matrix and almost like that feeling like Alice in Wonderland. Like, and then Psalm 23 was playing on my YouTube, but it was playing it was another version. It was, I don't know. It wasn't the Passion Translation. It was the good version, or I never ever heard of it. But then it was talking about God as the eternal, and the eternal. And then I was watching, so as it was speaking, I'm trying to remember everything. It wasn't the Passion Translation. It was a good version, something translation of the Bible. I'm gonna look it up. And it said the eternal. It was calling God the eternal, the eternal, the eternal. And then it was like, as I was coming back and waking up, it was like clues have been left everywhere. Like God is, so God is, it's so scary to say this, but we're one with God. That's what I gotta say. We're one with God. But God is the voice of many waters because it's all of us together. We were together. And this part of God broke off. And it's all of us. But we're still individuals. But we're all part together. And we just work all together. We're like one body that fits together jointly. It's one body with many parts. And we do our part. And it's just right. And we're trying to be that here. But we're that there. And we think that the Bible is telling us what to be here, but it's what we are there. And when we realize who we are there, then we could be that here. All I know is I'm a kid. What I remember clearly was we were there in the beginning. Not the beginning of earth, the beginning of beginnings. The beginning of time. Before time, we were there watching everything be prepared. And then we're being thrown in here. I saw that. And I don't know if I'm wrong and my head is ringing right now. Like I woke up and I hear the ringing. But it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was a gigantic theater. And we're all but it's really big. Really, really, really big. Like millions and millions and millions of seats. But yet they're far, but they're close because there's so many. But you could just move around that big theater. And then we were going up and we were speaking one by one. And everybody's laughing. It's like everybody was laughing. Like you're laughing, but you're functioning. And we're all kids, but so not everybody, it's so strange. Not everybody is the same, but we are one. We are not the same, but we are one. And that's that there. And here we're like, here, all of us are not one. We're not one. We don't act like one, even though we're the same. It's the opposite. Everything's just flipped. Everything was flipped. I wish I could remember. It was so much. I just know that when I was falling back here, I was falling back here like a whirl. It was just like a whirl coming back, and it was getting dark again. And I was trying to remember. But it's not meant for me to remember all the wonders. Not now. But there, which is now, we are seated in heavenly places. If we feels like we're here, but we're there as well. But it's almost like we just come here. But we could discover. We go on this journey because if we forget it, it seems like a long time, but it's not. It's almost like we pull, and it feels like we're in this long place called time. And then we look into that black canvas. We call it the universe, and we're like, there's life there. It's a blanket. It's like a blanket, and they threw the marbles, and we jumped into this pearl. And we're now in the pearl, looking up. And we thinking there's this life, and they're made of like, we think they're made of dirt. They're made of marble. Oh my God. And then we're searching when we already know. Anyways. And we're like in hate when we already love. And we're one, and we're trying to be one. But we're already one. And we're all the broken pieces trying to become one. But we're all one. As many parts working together. And then everything's the opposite. Everything's the opposite. But we can't really say that here, because here nobody will get it. And if we said it here, then they would think we're crazy. So everything's the opposite. I'm done. I don't even know what I said for 12 minutes. I almost feel like I don't even remember what I said for 12 minutes. Nobody's gonna get it. I've been told that. They've told me, which is us, which is one, which is God, which is we, which is all of us. Oh, Lord. There's things that we want to know that it's better if we wait. It's better if we wait. We will get killed in this life for things as this. We'll get killed. We'll get killed. There's secrets that are not for this dimension. And we're on this constant search to know all the things there. But if we find out everything that's there, people here don't get it. I mean, there's, love and selflessness is the secret. Love. It's love. It's love because it's a wonderful place. That we love one another. We understand each other like this. Even the children, like, how can I explain it? The children are the best right now here because they just got here from there. So they're really, really fresh. And then the old people, they're really good too because they're already getting there. So they're like unveiling into the truth. And mostly everybody else, we're like in the middle that don't know. Some of us are already finding out. Some of us are chosen like randomly, but it was already predestined. Everything was pre-done. And some of the people that we think we're close here, we're not close there. I mean, we're still close, but we don't sit together. If that even makes sense. Like, the people now, they sit around me there. I didn't see my parents that close. I think I have to go down the aisles to sit next to my parents. I mean, but I could move around because it's like a theater. It's really, really big. And it's like really big hallways. And we can move around. But like the ones that are right next to you, like I know that the people next to me now, like I saw Nim and Justin, and I saw I think Frankie and Caleb. we all like are in the same area. But then there was all these other people that are coming that I haven't met yet, but they're coming because they're the ones. So by the time we get to the end here, the people that are really close to us here, that we're like moving into our seats in there in the auditorium. We're almost like, but here in life, it's like life and years. But there we were just walking down the aisle. So like both are happening at once. And then like you're greeting everybody. Everybody knows you though. So awesome. You can say hi to everybody. Like I'm really explosive and I'm really joyful. And I'm like a child. Like most of you guys look really big around me. Like I'm little there. Like I'm little. For some reason I'm little. Doesn't mean I'm like Ant-Man. I'm little. I'm little. There. That's wild. That's wild. Oh God. Oh my head. I'm just trying to remember as much as possible. And we were testifying. We were giving witness of everything here. It's like interesting. It's almost like gathering information. It's almost like an adventure we were supposed to go on, and it's here. It's really bad, but there is really beautiful. Everything makes sense there, but everything's the opposite. Oh man. And we all got distorted here, and we all ended up with like the wrong people, the wrong team, and we're all going through this journey like find your tribe, find your people. Like we get to this earth completely blank, right? Like babies, like we're still just very happy. And then we're supposed to like go through all these things and just like boing, 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 boing. And we find our place. It's almost like we find our place in that theater. And we think we say the truth, but the truth is there. This is just the opposite reflection of everybody. Like everybody around us is like the opposite of what their broken self looks like. I'm not talking about the opposite of their whole self because they're becoming their whole self. But the people that are broken and lost, I mean, we're all becoming that, which we are. But we think we don't know it, but we know it, right? Our self there knows it, but our self here doesn't. So we're trying to find that which we already know because there we know it, but here we don't. And there we're found, but here we're lost. And we're trying to find it. But this is totally not like, it's not even like this. It's very different. It's like a big house. It's a big house. Okay, so the living room is I think the living room is the auditorium. I think that's the living room. And the seats are really big though. The seats are huge because we all, or maybe it's because I'm little. I don't know. Anyways, I just record this. I know in the physical, I don't know if in the physical this all makes sense right now. Like, I feel like I'm still in and out. I wish I could have remembered more. I just know everything's the opposite. The planets were marbles that were thrown into this blanket. The hand just went like that. And these marbles just fell so, for us, it's so majestic. But from there, it looks so simple. It's such a big deal from this side, right? Like, and everything. So then there's things. So everything's like these marbles are little, but, or like Earth is a pearl. And then so they take this pearl, they put everything in there. But it's we, but it's us. And we're one. So everything's like a place. Everything is in a place where everything's kind of the same. Like, let's say DNA, platelets, planets, elephants. Everything's, I don't know how to explain it, like an archive, like shelves. And then all these things were taken and put together, and some things were made bigger, like pearls. I mean, like pearls, Earth is a pearl, and the planets are like marbles. And then they're made bigger, and then everything else is put in there. And we're like living in a physical realm, we live there. But in the spirit, we don't live there. And they're smaller. But here they're huge, like infinite, right? Like we're so little, but we're bigger than the planets. And then we're here. It's like we're here, but we forget. But we're there and we know. And we're all different, but the same. And here, we are the same, but we're different. And everything's distorted. And then reminders are left everywhere, but there, it's everywhere. Like everything is there already, and we know everything already. Here, we get reminders. God sends us reminders and messages. So we were with God, and we forgot. But we're with God still. Like we're with God there, and God is with us here, if that makes sense. Wow. And he's with us. He's never left us, but here we feel like we're forsaken and forgotten. God is so close to us there, but here we feel like God is so far. This is the dream, and we think we have dreams. But in reality, when we have dreams, we wake up and we live, and then we go like Alice in Wonderland, we go, whoa, and we come back into this body, and it feels so distant, so far, like a fucking mirror, and you're piercing now. But when you're there, you're so joyful, and you're so alive, and you're so free, and everything's possible. But then we come here, and everything here is impossible. Even the fact that we're loved is impossible. Anyways, I'm glad I know this. But then in a few days, I'll be frustrated. Because I'm trying to, what am I supposed to do? I didn't ask. I should have asked. And I'm kind of sad. Every time this happens, I get sad. Because I was so happy. I was so happy. And everybody was laughing. It was like the biggest meeting, and everybody's talking but laughing. It was just laughter. It was like, I don't know how to explain it, but we're having serious conversations and laughter. And I was telling me, I was being told so many things, and I was trying to collect, and now it's like, feels like I know nothing now. Even though I know everything, but here, nobody will believe. I felt alive. I felt so good. I'm kind of sad. Even when you have these moments and you come back, I felt so alive. I felt so free. I felt like I was seeing the impossibilities. And now I'm back in my room. Back with a shoulder pain. Back thinking maybe I'm crazy. Or I won't be believed. Or am I speaking heresies? And yet there it was perfect peace. Perfect joy. Anyways, I'll keep looking up. One day this is going to be over for sure. I'll get to stay. My family. You see here, like I know they're there, but here I'm thinking they're going to go. But they're there. They're just not going to be in this game anymore. They're going to be disconnected from this. Because they're like, I don't want to play that no more. I don't want to be in that no more. But a lot of us are still not done. See, like now I'm here and I dread it. Even here, the thought that loved ones here will disconnect just to go there and be completely free. I get this feeling that I don't want because I already feel like I know the truth, but still it's a turmoil. Why? Why does it have to be painful? And it's because we have to experience this stuff. I don't know why. I didn't ask this part. I should have asked. I was still caught in the wonder. Anyways, it's hard because I'm really trying to. It's almost like I see it, but I can't say it. Like it was wonderful, so wonderful that there's no words to describe it. There's not a language. Even though I could see it, I just was sitting with so many people. It was like we're all talking and we're having one-on-ones, and then I was going everywhere, but it was like a really long time. Well, there was no time, and then I'm now back in time. Anyways, I'm not sure if this is for me. I'm not posting this for sure. But what I remember, I'll live it. Love. That's the one thing I remember. We all love each other. So I gotta keep loving people here. People think I'm an evangelist and I'm like, oh, he's so good at this. No. I mean, yes, but no. It's just love. And I know everybody's asleep. I know everybody's asleep. Well, not everybody. Some of my friends are awake. But the way we gotta tell the world, we gotta go quietly and subtly because we can't just be like, well, yeah, you're in there. You gotta kind of just start waking up people to love. And when you wake them up to love, the first thing they gotta do is find out their identity. And that's gonna take forever here. You wake up there, you know who you are. Here is like, yeah, you're this, you're that. You're beautiful, you're kind, you're patient, you're lovely, you're forgiven, you're restored, you're safe. And they don't get it, they don't get it, they don't get it, they don't get it. I don't get it. Now I get it because it just happened, and then by later on today, I'll probably be frustrated here. This sounds almost like too wild. Like maybe I should delete this. Like, I don't know, but it's so wonderful there. There's just so few things I remember very specifically, like Justin is a doctor. He's like a researcher, like he collects data and he shares it. But then he gets drunk. He's really free. At one point I saw him with like an inner tube and a raccoon hat. Just stuff. I saw Nim and she was just always laughing. She was like laid out. But she sings like opera there. Like she was just singing like, but it just goes, ooh, like forever. There was so many people that I don't know here yet. I haven't met them here, but I've met them there. Like, what is that? Like, how does that even make sense? Everything's the opposite. Everything's the opposite. I'm back in a room. I'm gonna have to go to work tomorrow. Why? Knowing that everything is provided already. We're trying to bring that here. What are we doing? Oh, God. When I'm done, I'm done. The day that I'm done, I'm done. But you know what is beautiful? Is discovering his word here. That's beautiful. I've discovered yesterday, I went to an art gallery and Frankie opened up a book and we found truth in it. Just a poetry book. I bought it. And it was an open door to talk to a lady about the Lord. But she was in such a beautiful place. And she even asked for my information. And I'm going to keep sharing Jesus with her. We only have bits and pieces, like all over the world. All the bits and pieces are there. And that's why we got to meet each other and love each other, because we all carry truth. We really do. Not that we all carry the absolute truth. For us to all have the absolute truth, we need to love one another. And when we do, and we come together and we create that great family, then we'll get it. We're all his children. We're all with him now, but we don't know it. Like, we know it there, but we don't know it here. But we'll find out. I think that's all for now. May God bless me and keep me, and may God guide me, and may God shine his face upon me. May God be gracious to me. He is. He is. I'm just wild. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna learn here. I'm just wild.